Ryan Brown, the Air Force Falcons are Western Water Polo Association regular season champions. A little bit weird, but you won the 2 games that counted, and you have secured the top seed in the tournament. Had to be exciting.
Oh, it was a fantastic weekend. The first win versus LMU was great, put us in a really good spot to get the #1 seed, and obviously we were fortunate enough to do so. Big advantage going into the tournament a few weeks away. We don't have to play in the semifinal. We get to watch them battle it out, which I'm sure it'll be a battle. All 3 teams are really close. And then we'll take the winner on Saturday.
Talk to me about the win over Cal Baptist. Much like Loyola Marymount, it goes to overtime again. You're down in overtime. I believe you were down in both overtimes of these conference games. How does your team find this resiliency to win these games?
Well, we kind of just talk about staying in the moment, playing each possession as is, and we're going to see adversity in a game, and we saw it in all of our games, right? You're up, but then you give up that lead. That's adversity you got to overcome. You're down, you got to catch back up. So we just talk about staying as a team, staying with how we play, and execution. So obviously we were able to do it. Great job on our guys by staying focused, staying together, and that's really what's going to carry us through the championship.
You won the game that mattered, that was called the conference game, lost the other 2, and you lost the other game to LMU, which wasn't a conference game. So what do you need to do to make sure you're on the winning side more often than not, I guess?
Yeah, we got obviously you got to stay more focused. In the LMU game that we lost, the second game, we lost focus. We were actually up 5, and then we kind of lost focus and weren't able to gather it back. Yes, they caught back up, and then we battled the whole rest of the way, and it was a 1-point game. Cal Baptist games were 1-point games. We lost momentum in the 3rd period of that second game versus Cal Baptist, where they kind of took a little bit of a lead there. We clawed our way back in, but it takes a lot of energy to claw your way back into a game. And then it kind of got away from us in the 4th quarter. Some of it's going to be, we got to keep conditioning. We got to stay after it. The season's not over. It's not anywhere close to over. We put ourselves in a good spot, which is great. But still a lot of work to do. The guys know that. I congratulate them for the weekend. We took a couple days off to enjoy it, gather ourselves, rest, recover. But we got more work to do. So we've got to stay mentally focused, and we got to execute. And if we don't execute in a couple of weeks, then it was all for nothing. But we got to execute.
Yeah, you actually have this weekend off before you head back out to California for some matches, and then the following week will be the WWPAs. But tell me, what can you do since you're not playing this weekend to stay in shape? You gave them a couple of days off, but now it's time to get back to it, right?
Yeah, we'll hit it pretty hard in the conditioning portion of it. So weights will be pretty hard this week. We got to continue to break them down physically, so we can gather all that stuff back up. We don't have to, fortunately, we don't have to play 3 games in 3 days. We don't have to play 2 games in 2 days. We only have to play 1 game in 1 day. So that'll help us as far as conditioning now, next week, to be rested for that 1 game. So we'll hit the black line. We'll get some conditioning in. We'll get a lot of up and down the pool. Saw this weekend playing at home at a level that we need to play at all the time. We don't always see that in practice. So now they know how hard they need to work in practice to be ready to play down there at CeeLo.
Yeah, you will head out and play Cal Baptist and Peppertine a couple more times before the tournament. Does it make it harder that you're playing these teams so many times, and you could end up playing Cal Baptist in the championship?
Absolutely. The more time you play somebody, the more they know you, the more you know them, the more maybe you get lackadaisical. I know what's going to happen, or I know this, or I know that. So you would think that you'd be sharper, which you might be. But at the same token, it's like, this shot went in last time. Doesn't mean it's going to go in next time. I mean, they're watching film, we're watching film. Both teams are going to have scouting reports. So you got to be even more on your A game. So yeah, it's tough to beat a team over and over and over and over again. So seeing them 2 more times in games that don't count towards WWPA, but obviously count towards the overall record. We want to play, we want to win every game, just like they do. So those 2 games are going to be a battle. We have a rematch versus Pepperdine, which would be great to come away with the W. But that's going to be a tough-fought battle too, and that'll be our last game before our championship. So, we need to make sure all 3 of those games count. and not take any moment of those games off.
Final question I have for you. You won a championship. The team reacted quite well, of course, as you would expect them to. How do you keep them from how do you say that was nothing? There's much more to do here.
Well, I mean, it's it's a regular season championship, sure, but that's not necessarily how we look at it. Is that the championship is at the tournament, and that's the real winner, right? And obviously I congratulate them. They know they did a great job, but they know the focus is that Saturday, one game. It's for all the marbles. Like, it's great to be the number one seed, and it's great to have beaten those teams. But technically, those teams have beaten us just as many times as we've beaten them, right? We beat Cal Baptist once; they've beat us twice. LMU's beat us once. We beat them once. So it's pretty even. Nothing comes easy, and I think they're dialed in, knowing that, hey, we still got a lot more work to do.
Coach Brown, I would say good luck this weekend. You don't have a game, so good luck training this weekend. But thanks, and stay safe in the meantime.
Thank you. Appreciate it.